Our penultimate race of the programme, the senior women. It's the biggest field assembled since 1987. Helena Beery, arguably the marginal favourite for this one. World champion over 5,000 metres, silver medalist in Rio in 2016. World indoor champion as well, Commonwealth champion. She's a woman of immense ability. Beatrice Chepkoech, world record holder in the steeplechase, got a Commonwealth silver around about this time last year in the sunshine of the Gold Coast. What a great talent Letzenbet Gide is. Back-to-back world junior cross-country titles. Here she goes in the senior ranks. This, I think, is definitely her best surface.
On your marks.
The loud gun goes, and the aspirations of 123 women are on the line here on this most testing of courses. We saw 3 laps for the junior women, 4 laps for the junior men. This is going to be earned the hard way. 5 circuits for a total of 10,240 metres. And remember, the brutal hill at the museum will be navigated the long way round this time. So even more punishing steps on that roof of the museum, which has been a talking point since they first announced the route. But I think it's been a great addition. I'm not sure the athletes would say the same in the immediate aftermath of the lactic acid ensuring they collapse to the ground. But the course has really played its part, Tim, and it will do so here today over the 5 circuits. O'Beary on the inside. Do you think it's fair in a field of such talent? Is it fair to say that O'Beary was probably the marginal favourite, bearing in mind she's alongside the world record holder in the steeplechase? There's the first of the athletes outside the traditional powerhouse nations of Uganda, Ethiopia and Kenya. It's the South African Becky Scott. But yeah, do you think it's unfair to say that O'Beary's the favourite? I mean, she has, 2017 in particular, over the 5,000 was an unbelievable season.
It's not unfair, no. She's, reigning world 5,000 metres champion. She won the Commonwealth 5,000 last year in March down in Australia. She's a former world indoor champion at 3,000 metres. She's the Kenyan cross-country champion. And if anything tells you that she's in great shape, then it's that. Winning the Kenyan cross-country title is tantamount to winning the world title most years. So, no, O'Beary will give a good account of herself here. But I'll tell you what, Beatrice Chepkoech out in the lead, possibly the tallest in this group after Gide, the young Ethiopian there, second to left. Beatrice Chepkoech is not hanging about. She's quite comfortable to be at the front, isn't she, and pushing on. And that's, what, a lap done?
And look at this from O'Beary. There's still a long, long way to go, and she's the one dictating the pace here, dominating proceedings, just half a yard or so, but maybe kind of indicating to the rest, look, I'm in control here, I'm setting the agenda, I'm setting the pace, and if you want to beat me, you're really going to have to earn this gold medal.
O'Beary's it's almost an optical illusion. She's a very, very hard athlete to read when she runs because she has got this very strange arm action where she's flailing, the head rocking from side to side. She looks like she's working harder than she actually is most of the times. I think they're closing, Rob. I think Chemutai, they're in 4th place in that Ugandan yellow vest, is really closing pretty quickly on this leading trio. The medalists are not decided yet. Are they cruising, though? Is Gide, the tall youngster, in 3rd place? Is she just tracking that leading pair and biding her time? She does look relaxed.
She looks really good in 3rd, doesn't she? And her class on this surface is unquestionable. But that's not bad from Chemutai. She's hanging on there. On to the last lap in the senior women's cross-country. One more circuit to come on this, the most challenging cross-country course ever put together. This wonderful event began life in 1973, thriving here in Denmark, as Helena Beery leads Dira Dida of Ethiopia and the Letzenbet Gide of Ethiopia, taking on the back markers. The whole field has been blown apart by the quality of the women at the front and also the brutal nature of the unrelenting climbs and descents here 10 kilometers outside the town of Aarhus. This looks as though it is going to be the three medalists. Delgado of El Salvador. It's the first time El Salvador have competed in the World Cross Country Championships, and that gap is definitely growing back to Guide in third. And remember, she lost ground up the hill by the museum as well. But Dida's really testing O'Beary.
Well, we know they've accelerated, Rob, because the gap back to this chasing trio has widened enormously over the last 5 or 7 minutes. You're right, Guide, I think, is beaten. But O'Beary, well, Dida, the Ethiopian champion this winter, pulled up alongside her there as we see the chasing trio negotiate that mud patch, but I fear they're heading for 4th, 5th and 6th, and that's the order they'll have to battle out because the gap is 100 metres or more, as O'Beary now turns back the challenge of Adida, the Ethiopian champion against the Kenyan champion. And it's the Kenyan champion who strides out, that lengthens that stride, Rob, and begins to get a gap. That's the biggest gap between herself and Dida over the last, 34 minutes of running.
I just wonder whether Dida was making a bid to try and avoid getting sucked into a sprint finish against the track specialist. Look at the arms driving from Helen O'Beary. Another athlete passed. Dida is producing a wonderful run here in second, and so too Guide, who's only just made the transfer to the senior ranks. Higher knee lift from O'Beary. She's leaning in, she's driving, she's looking over her shoulder. She will be feeling this. She wouldn't be human if she wasn't. It's a savage climb, but she has the satisfaction of knowing this is the last time she's having to negotiate it. But dear Adida, the smaller of the two figures, is hanging on, and she's not been dropped by O'Beary.
Well, O'Beary was the better mover up the hill. She was leaning into it and working harder with her arms, and she does look aesthetically a better mover, but maybe that was Dida's chance to close up on her there, because on the downslope here now, surely O'Beary has the better cadence and the ability to really stretch away with a faster leg turnover and secure the victory, Rob.
Huge crowds gathering here outside Aarhus. It has been a really brave run from Helen O'Beary. Dear Adida still in second. It is Letessen Bet-Guide in third. We've got lapped athletes coming into the shot behind O'Beary. But the world indoor champion over 3,000 metres, the world outdoor champion over 5,000 metres, is going to reign supreme in the most testing of circumstances. What a reception here for Helen O'Beary. She's already one of the great track athletes. Now she can say she's one of the great cross-country exponents. She's earned this gold medal the hard way. O'Beary is the champion here in Aarhus. Dida takes the silver, and it will be Letessen Bet-Guide coming home for the bronze. A moment of history for Helen O'Beary, the first female athlete in history to win a world indoor, world outdoor and world cross-country senior title. What a day, and what a way to take the title.